Hi guys, welcome to episode 29 of On the Ball City. In today's episode, we have the second leg of the Europa League second round against Inter Milan. The first leg we won 5-2 at the San Siro. So we go back to Carrow Road here and we have a fantastic advantage with us. But can Inter Milan get a victory? Stay tuned and watch the video to find out. But before you do, I really need you guys to do me a big favour. We're currently on 125 subscribers. Can we get up to 140 subscribers? Please help, please share, comment, and please like the channel. Don't forget to hit that little bell because you'll get the notifications every time that I do release a video, and hopefully we can get to that target of 140. But before we go into the game, I've got one more thing for you. We have a very special guest today. None other than Norwich City legend, Bryan Gunn. Okay, so thanks for joining us today, Bryan, and what should be an interesting game. Norwich have won 5-2 at the San Siro last week, meaning Inter need to win by 4 or more goals today. The Italian Giants definitely have a comeback hidden in their locker, and you yourself have witnessed firsthand how good they can be. Can you share your experience of those two nights in 1993 against Inter Milan?
Well, it's gone back a long time now, but certainly a great experience in terms of some of the players that we were up against. And obviously the forward players, very exciting young player in Dennis Bergkamp. Ruben Sosa was an international player at the highest level as well, and gave us problems most of the night. But obviously Italians are very much renowned for being defensive-minded, but certainly the games we played against them, we lost both goals in the 89th minute, and it was the fact that Ruben Sosa had broken away from the halfway line, and Rob Newman had to take him down to give away a penalty, and Dennis Bergkamp dispatched that, took me the wrong way. Not many strikers did that, but Dennis Bergkamp did on that occasion. And then in the return game in the San Siro, it was Dennis Bergkamp again. We were obviously pushing for an equaliser. We'd forced Walter Zenga into many top-class saves, and we'd hit the bar and hit the post, and we'd some cleared off the line, but there was another breakaway in the 89th minute, and Dennis Bergkamp came into the 18-yard box, and he managed to curl one past me inside the left-hand post, and unfortunately we lost the game 2-0 in aggregate, but some great memories and some great experiences for all the players involved.
Yeah, so you've obviously Dennis Bergkamp was a key player for Inter Milan back then, and you mentioned that Inter Milan today do not have a Dennis Bergkamp in their ranks, but they do have the likes of key player Joaquin Carrera, Kramaric and Joey Mario. So what do you think Norwich need to do to stop them?
Well, I think they just need to be tight at the back and be, focused on the scoreline. Take that out of their head and at the beginning of the game. But as the game goes on, be conscious that they know that the result is important, and if they can keep the score down. But at the same time, it's being able to score on the counter attack, and hopefully they can do that. And then that forces Milan into having to score more goals. So it's a big game, and it's a great opportunity for Norwich City to progress into the next round. Fingers crossed
they can get a result. So what do nights like these mean for the Norwich fans?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity to shout and scream and to get behind your team, and certainly playing in European competitions, it's the pinnacle of club football, and obviously the fans support their team through thick and thin, and to get to this stages of the competition, they've obviously done very well. They've done very well in the league from the previous season, and the performance tonight is for the fans and for the support that they've given them over the past 2 seasons, and hope that they can progress them further on in the competition, and obviously get them to that elusive final at the end of the season. So I think it gives opportunities for both the players to broaden their horizons on the pitch and gain those experiences, but also for the fans to travel to different countries to support their team through thick and thin.
Yeah, I know these nights really are special for the fans, but what does it mean to the players nights like these, especially when they're playing at home?
Yeah, I mean it's an opportunity to play against some of the top players in Europe, and obviously there'll be lots of exposure on television all over the world, and obviously some of the players now will be hoping to impress the international managers for their respective countries and prove that they can play at the highest level of football, and give them that opportunity to advance their careers as well, and maybe get that medal in the trophy cabinet that's been so difficult to get over the past few years, and I'm sure they'll be giving their best, and in the hope that they can get through to the next round, and maybe get another good draw, which will take them further in the competition.
Well, they've definitely got some quality players in the ranks. Obviously, the goal scorers from the last game against Inter Milan, you got James Maddison, Nelson Oliveira, and Marcus McGuane, and Onel Hernandez as well. What do you make of their chances of going through tonight?
Well, I mean, those guys are all special players and can change a game. They can, like some Madison scoring goals from distance. He also likes to make chances for the likes of Oliveira and Hernandez. So, once he gets the ball within the final third, there's always the fans get on the edge of their seats and they get excited about what may happen. And he's proved that he's a top player, and he will be a top player in the future, and he'll play at the highest level, I'm sure. And for him and Maddison, he'll be trying to impress the international manager, and hope that he can push himself forward for the UEFA competitions that are coming up in the not too distant future. Yeah,
definitely. So I think he can step up, but all the players are going to need to put in a good performance. Like I said, Inter Milan need to score 4 goals to come back into this game, so they're probably going to come full out attack in this game. What exactly do Norwich need to do to ensure that does not happen?
I think they need to keep calm. The game starts at 0-0, and they'll have special tactics that they've been working on and training all week. And as I say, they don't need to win the game. They need to make sure that they don't lose the game. But at the same time, they've got to be conscious that if Inter do score a goal, then it gives them the upper hand in the game, and gives them the confidence to go on from there. But I'm sure if the manager's been working closely with the players this week, there'll be lots of defensive organisation. There'll be lots of communication needed on the pitch, and the players, and with the support of the fans, because the fans have got to be patient as well. They, with their help, they can help their team through to the next round, and that's the ultimate ambition is to do that, and then hopefully they can do it by putting on a good performance as well.
Well, qualification is definitely something that they want to achieve, and it's sure to be a very exciting game. You've experienced a lot in your career, Bryan, and can you give any advice of what I need to be saying to these players in the dressing room to make sure they don't go into that game complacent?
Well, I think it's down for you to be calm as well. I think, if you show any nerves, the players will sense that, and they will get nervous before the game. But if you ooze confidence and, give clear, concise messages to your players before the match, obviously you've done all your work on the training ground, and, you've organised them in the best way you can. Set plays would be very important as well. So, the organisational, the markers on the board, make sure everyone knows their jobs. And then once they all say enough, once they cross the white line, it's down to the players. But I think as long as the manager shows that confidence in his team at the side of the pitch, then hopefully they will go out there and they will be able to achieve the result that everyone wants.
Thanks for that advice, Bryan. I'm sure to take it in the dressing room with me. Obviously, we've both been in the dressing room together recently as well for the Norwich Legends versus Inter Legends game. That was to commemorate the 1993 European Cup run. How did that go for you? You seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I think it was great. Obviously, we're remembering our efforts 25 years ago, and to get majority of those players back out on the pitch again was fantastic. And what the crowd was like that day. They certainly kept the players going. And although we ended up with a 2-1 defeat, if that was tonight's game, a 2-1 defeat would take us through to the next round. So, we have to believe in each other's abilities, and that's what we did back in 1993. We were a good team. We worked hard together on the pitch, and we had a good relationship with each other and their families off the pitch as well. So there was a great bond, there was a great team spirit, and it was great to see all those faces back in that dressing room and reliving some of the memories and some of the it was great to see the Inter Milan players as well, because some of those lads played in the game that night, and it was great memories for them. So it just shows you that if things go well in the game, then you can still have that relationship with that team 25 years later. So let's hope that you achieve the same result, and in 25 years' time we might be celebrating that result as well.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully you'll be in that game as well. But yeah, no, definitely it was a fantastic day and a great experience for myself. But I just want to ask one more question for you, Bryan. A key question. What was my team talk like?
Your team talk was inspirational, and you had everyone on the edge of their seats, and they listened to that. They went out onto the pitch and performed at the level that you wanted, and that was the great thing about it. The only thing you didn't do was organise the free kicks and the defensive wall. When Materazzi scored that 25-yard free kick past me in the top corner, I think you could have done more to help me. So I'll have to point the finger at you for that one, boss.
I do admit that one, I didn't do that, but I think you kind of threw me when you announced the bar tab.
Well, that's what team spirit's all about. Looking after your players after the game as well.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for that, Bryan. I really appreciate it. So great to hear from Bryan Gunn there. An absolute top bloke. So before we get into the Inter Milan game, let's just have a quick look at the Premier League table, because it is really hotting up. We've had some good results. I'll show you them in a minute. But we're currently in 6th place, but we're now 1 point behind Liverpool in 5th place and 2 points behind Man City in 4th place. Although they do have a game in hand, we are closing that gap. Chelsea is sitting in 3rd. They are 6 points ahead of us, but they have 2 games in hand, so it's less likely that we will catch up with them. But Man City and Liverpool, it is possible. We can overtake them, and that is going to be our aim. We want to break into this top 4 come end of the season. So I can't remember if I mentioned it after the Inter Milan game, but we have had Arsenal after that game. Arsenal, as you can see, they sit in 2nd place. So it was very important that we got a good victory. Not to catch up with them, but to make sure we didn't lose the ground on Man City and Liverpool. So let's go and have a look to see how we done. So as you can see, we did manage to get a 1-0 home victory. Tilo Kehrer, very unlikely scorer, but he did get the goal that gave us the win. He also got player of the match, a very good performance by him. Remember, the young German who signed from Schalke, he's not been too bad so far. 5 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 man of the match award. But he was the star of the show there. We managed to get a fantastic victory. It was a very tight game. Very tight. Very scrappy. 16 fouls, 13 fouls. We dominated possession and they only had 1 more shot than us, but we restricted their finishing. We did go very defensive, and it meant that they only managed to get 1 shot on target. There was probably a lot of long shots coming in there from Arsenal, because we were very tight and compact. But that game is over. That is the Premier League. The race is hotting up, but you guys have come here to watch the 2nd leg against Inter Milan. So let's go and have a look and see how we get on. So although we can't get complacent, we have been able to make some changes. Tilo Kehrer, the star from the Arsenal game, he is ineligible for this game, so he drops down, and Tim Klose gets a rare start. Jason Denayer, he can have a rest. He's played a lot of games recently. Robin Olsen, who got injured, he was our first choice goalkeeper, but he got injured, so he's not been in the team since the end of last season. Angus Gunn has taken his place, but he's being given a chance here today. Can he put in a good performance and win his number 1 jersey back? Tribal comes in for Leitner, and then Nuno Santos, who has been injured. He's still not 100% fully fit, but he is back in. We're giving Salai a bit of a rest, and Oliveira dropping down to the bench. He's getting a rest as well, and Brenner starting. Inter Milan are going with a typical 4-4-2. Joe Maro in the centre. Carrera is the one to look out for. Leo Baptistio and Kramaric up front. And as you can see in defence, Kondogbia does not get a place. in the back four today after his disappointing performance last time. Dalbert is still there. He's on a yellow card, so he needs to be careful. But it looks like Norwich are going through, but like I said, we can't get complacent. We need to put in a professional performance and get victory today. So we kick off here today, and ideally our aim in today's game is to keep possession, to pass the ball around, don't let Inter have it, and yeah, just make sure we don't concede. That is the main thing. I think I did actually forget to put... No, I've got it on there, so that's fine. That's all set up. I'm not expecting another 5-2 victory today. The last game was a big shock. No one ever expected us to win that big. Inter Milan are a big team, and we just need to restrict them today. If we can get a victory, it will be superb. But like I said, the main aim today is just not to lose. Maddison on the ball now. He's looking for Breno. He's found space, but he's lost the ball. And Baptistio is now bringing the ball forward. Whips in the box. And a mistake at the back by Grant Hanley. Tried to clear the ball, but it hit Kramaric. And Inter Milan have got a 1-0 lead after 30 minutes here. Not the start that Norwich would have wanted. Remember, they didn't want to concede a goal. Inter Milan now need 3 goals to get a victory today. Can Norwich create something straight from kickoff? Madison is on the ball. He's looking for Tribal, and he has lost the ball. Santos, obviously, he's not match fit, and it looks it there. And Olsen makes a good save to concede a corner for Inter Milan. It's whipped in, closer heads it clear. Madison's chasing the ball, and as you can see from the stats here, Inter Milan have dominated this game. Handovic now brings the ball forward. Zagadou. Latomba picks up the ball, closer, looking for Tribal. Can Norwich create something here? They're passing it around. They're keeping possession of the ball, and Santos has got away from Dalbert there. He plays it into Madison. What can he do? He looks for Hernandez. McGuane finds Hernandez. Get it in the box, son. Get it in the box. And he hits it straight at Skriniar. And Inter Milan bring the ball forward. Can they hit on the counter-attack? Kramaric brings it forward to Baptistio. Baptistio with a shot from distance. And Olsen, did he get his fingertips to it? I don't know. But now Norwich have a free kick. It's whipped in, and Hanley nearly making up for that mistake earlier. Heads it straight at the goalkeeper. We're going to go on to a more counter approach here. And it looks like the first half is over. Remember I said I didn't want to lose the game. We are losing. It's 1-0. Inter Milan have dominated the game. We need to be much better in the second half. Inter Milan still need 3 more goals though to go through. Keep that lead. Don't throw it away. Zagadou on the ball. And Inter Milan, they really need to push forward here. Hopefully that playing on counter will play to Norwich's advantage. But it looks like we've got a red card here, and Hernandez has been sent off. What was he playing at? And we need to go defensive, so I'm going to bring on Godfrey for Santos. We play a diamond formation here. Godfrey playing defensive midfielder. Can they tie it up? Mings brings the ball forward. McGuane with a mistake, and it's brought forward. Inter Milan on the wing. Carrera, he is a danger man. He whips the ball into Kadrera. Kramaric, Carrera. A closer hacks it clear. Good defending by him. But Inter Milan still have the ball. It's whipped in the box. Mings heads it clear. McGuane on the ball now. They need to keep hold of the ball. Brenner is he's running through the defence. Brenner is through, and what a save by Handovic. Although Brenner really should have aimed for one of the corners. He hit it straight at the goalkeeper. He really should have done better there, but he done well to get into the position. Ball whipped in, and the corner is headed clear, and it stays 1-0. 23 minutes we have left. Can Norwich hold on? Can they even get a goal back in this game? The way it's going at the moment, Norwich are going through to the 3rd round, but they are losing this tie, which they won't be happy with. Cagliardini to Mario. He's lost the ball. Fantastic tackle ball closer. And he is on the wing. But he's lost the ball. He's brought Oh, I thought you'd given away a foul there. Brenner's now giving the ball away. They're sloppy in the play. Carrera, well, has that save given Robin Olsen the number 1 jersey back. That was an absolutely fantastic save. It could have been 2-0. I don't know how he stopped it. What a save. But we're losing. We don't like to lose. So I might need to bring on Nelson Oliveira. They're through again. Perisic whips it across. And Kramaric has made it 2-0. It's going to be a tight ending. We have 8 minutes left. Inter Milan need 2 goals. I'm going to go contain. I'm going to go highly structured. Like I said, let's bring on Oliveira. Maybe we can hold the ball up a bit more. That sending off really has affected the game. Leitner can come on now for Tribal. Let's see what happens. Come on, boys. 1 minute. We have a corner. Leitner whips the ball in. It's whipped in and it's headed clear. McGuane picks up the ball. Surely it's over. Latomba, McGuane. Mings on the ball, looking for Leitner. The whistle's blown. Norwich have lost 2-0 at Carrow Road. However, we have gone through 5-4 on aggregate. So a disappointing performance. Onel Hernandez has been sent off. That was disappointing as well. Yeah, overall, you go away from this game and you're thinking, have we got the potential to win this cup? But you've got to remember, we were already through. We didn't need to get a result from this game. We just didn't need to lose 4-0, which we didn't, and we are through. And that's the most important thing. So let's go and have a look at the fixture list, and let's see when we're going to come back for our next game. So looking at this fixture list, I'm umming and ahhing whether to come back for one of these league games or come back for the quarter-final of the Europa League. I think it's going to have to be the quarter-final. Let's come back for the second leg of the quarter-final. We'll be able to get in 3 Premier League games in that time. Chelsea being one of them. A game that we must win. That is in between our European games, which is kind of unlucky because we're going to need to rest some players 2 days after the first one. So that's tough. But we've got a good squad and we can do it. So like I said, we're going to come back for the second leg of the Europa Cup quarter-final. But before we do, let's see who we get in Europe. So as you can see, we have drawn Marseille from France in the quarter-final. The first leg will be played at Carrow Road, which is perfect pretty much. It's going to be a tough game. I can't see another 5-2 victory, but you never know with us. But it means the second leg will be an important one. We won't have away goal advantage coming into that game. Potentially they might. So it's going to be a very entertaining game. And it's going to be a must-win game as well. So yeah, we're going to come back for this game. So it's not the result that we wanted. We lost 2-0 today, and Onel Hernandez got himself a red card. However, we did qualify on aggregate. We won 5-4 after that 5-2 win at the San Siro. That helped get us through, and we have a tough fixture in our next game in Europe against Marseille. That will be our next game that we show, so make sure you check it out. Again, I'd just like to ask you guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. Remember, we want to get to 140 subs by the end of next week. I hope you can help, and thank you again for watching. I will see you guys soon. Thank you very much.